Hi, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, specifically the Wadi people who once tread so lightly and sustainably upon Wollongong soils. This design aspires to imitate this way of life. Introducing the Illawarra Igloo, a 3-bedroom dwelling inspired by the thermal efficiency and aesthetics of an igloo, the heritage on-site Quonset huts, earthships and more. Located on a 13,400 metre squared site west of Pucky's Estate, Wollongong, within a 500 metre squared boundary, this design intends to facilitate a high quality of life for an elderly couple and their guests, impacting the lives of future generations. Alongside this goal, this design attempts to fulfill the basic sustainability goal of a 50% reduction in average household CO2 consumption. This design attempts to achieve these goals by mastering passive design techniques and is combined with a solar system to meet its net zero energy criteria. According to Ausgrid 2020, heating and cooling loads are the second largest household energy consumer. Note that Wollongong is a cooling dominant region. Beginning on site, this design comprises of a minimal floor plan in the southwest of the allocated area, taking advantage of the pre-existing trees as privacy and western shading, as well as minimizing the additional service infrastructure required. The highly glazed facade of the design is orientated 20 degrees west of north, well within the basics recommendations. With aid of deciduous trees and shading, this specific orientation ensures adequate thermal mass solar gains in the living space during winter, whilst minimizing them in summer. With aid of tree deflection, automated southern facade openings, and the suction induced by the curved roof shape, this orientation also ensures that the area's cooling southeasterly breezes cross-ventilate through the house, reducing overall cooling load. Also observable in this view is the roof space provided for an extensive north-facing solar array, solar evacuated tubes for hot water, and south-facing opening skylights to maximize natural light and assist in automated stack ventilation. Lastly, viewable here is the Illawarra Igloo's white zinc aluminum roof cladding, which reflects up to 85% of solar radiation, significantly reducing the ceiling insulation requirement and assisting in keeping the solar panels in their ideal temperature range. On approach of the design's northern facade, the roof's dramatic design extends into the external foundations, supported by the curved gluing beams, a renewable material which is stronger than steel and sequesters carbon instead of emitting large quantities like its counterpart. These 3 roof wall segments provide additional shading and privacy to the building's walls and deck area. They also provide further mountable surface for additional solar arrays if required, which thanks to their curved nature can take advantage of the sun's yearly variance in incidence angles. The double glazed folding doors serve a dual purpose. In summer, they're open completely, expanding the small living area into the large polydeck area. However, in winter, they allow low-angle sunlight to penetrate into the thermal mass regions of the living space. Also featured in this facade is a rain garden bench seat, which slows storm water flow and channels water through under the deck and into the greenhouse vegetable garden. The greenhouse space also offers extra insulation and a comfortable outdoor winter space for plants and humans alike. Lastly, this facade boasts large clerestory windows to vent the living area space through stack ventilation. The western and eastern facade host minimal glazing and plenty of natural cover. The western facade is to host all of the house's services, namely the water tank, solar inverter, solar battery, thermal exchange and hot water tank, on an extended slab section and covered by wooden padding. Note the minimal guttering for rainwater capture required. This entire site is suitable to face other dwellings for privacy. The southern facade is also very private, featuring a fully enclosed carport to protect from coastal storms, as well as the main entrance patio. Also featured are inlet holes to encourage suction on the windward side through the bedroom windows. The eastern facade hosts bedroom windows for morning light and capture of cooling southerly breezes. The floor plan area is 65 meters squared, with the breakdown shown here. This is about 3 times as small as the average 3-bedroom Australian home, significantly reducing the heating and cooling required. This door is a hallway, which acts as a thermal barrier for hot summer nights when a small 5 kilowatt aircon units are required to cool the space efficiently. The home features a main bedroom with an ensuite, a walk-in robe, a ceiling for additional insulation, and 4 types of double glazing for cross ventilation and natural light. Through another door is the small guest bedroom, and up the stairwell is a spacious mezzanine set up for guests or boarding students. A landing is ensured on the stairwell in case of a fall. All rooms are compliant with the low-medium density guide. The internal beams are also made of glue, while the internal and external walls, as well as the ceiling, are made from a prefabricated, self-supporting 226mm thick cross-laminated timber, with an R-rated value of 2.8, meeting the basic standards. Their structural nature reduces the need for columns and girts, ensuring an airtight construction with no thermal bridges. Furthermore, it's fire resistant, and waste is reduced on site from its prefab nature. The roof panels are also prefabricated as part of the Tri-Deck Pro series. The insulation is rated at 5.5, exceeding the recommended 1.1.